Hello everyone, it is Stop Motion here, back again with another video, guys. And in today's video, guys, I will be showing you guys how I build my racetracks. Now, everyone, I've got a lot of comments over the past year on how I build my racetracks. How do you build your racetracks? And I have not made a video up to this point, but now, guys, I'm finally here to show you guys how I build my tracks. I'm going to be going over basically the step-by-step process that I use to make my racetracks. You guys can follow along at home, and it's going to have video footage for all of it. So yeah, guys, I'm excited to show you guys how I built Daytona International Speedway. So guys, if you enjoy this, hit the like and subscribe button. Let's get right into it. So the first step in building a NASCAR Stop Motion track is, well, how I built my Daytona track, which you guys are seeing right now. I'm going to use a ginormous piece of plywood. I mean, this thing is huge, as you guys see. I will be using this as the base of Daytona. I really did want to make my Daytona track really good with plywood. Now, you don't have to use plywood. It can get pretty pricey. I only do it for specific tracks like Bristol. I did plywood. Atlanta, of course, I did plywood. And then this, I also am going to do plywood. But usually, I got an example of what I do, is I use cardboard. Now, this is some very smooth cardboard. I get it from a source that can get me some cardboard. But I'm going to be honest, I actually just found two boxes from Walmart that they just weren't using, extremely smooth, ready for tracks. I took those, and I'm going to use those. I'll probably mostly be switching to plywood now, over to plywood for most of my tracks. But like this track right here, like Martinsville, like look how well this turned out. I mean, this track looks amazing. I'm really proud of it. Probably have to replace the finish line eventually, but you know. But yeah, it looks amazing. I'm really proud of it. And this is all on cardboard, so you don't need plywood at all. Guys can just use cardboard. I mean, it is basically what I use mostly. I mean, Dover was on cardboard. If you guys haven't seen NASCAR Dover, I would recommend checking that out. Pretty much every track but Bristol in season 1 was on cardboard. Rockingham was on cardboard. So that's what your kind of first step. Oh, sorry about that with my fingers. Your first step is find a track surface. Like I said, it can be plywood if you really want to go that extra mile. And if I'm going to be showing you guys how I built my Daytona, so of course it will be on plywood. But if you don't want to use plywood, it's too expensive or whatever, then I would recommend using this cardboard. It's perfect. But yeah, let's get right into the next step. The next step for building a NASCAR stop motion track, and we'll get it out right now. This guy. Now, this is if you're using cardboard. Not cardboard, plywood. If you are using plywood, I would highly recommend getting a thing of drywall mud, all-purpose sheetrock drywall mud. Basically, I have two things here because that one's not fully full. I actually got Brian Blaney's sponsor for it. What you'll do is, I'm gonna put myself on camera doing it. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna open one of these things up if you're using plywood. If you're not using plywood, I'll put a timestamp on screen where you can basically skip this part and go on to the next part, because once we kind of get this thing covered in sheetrock, it will basically be the same track building step process from there. But basically, if you are gonna use plywood, you need sheetrock, just drywall mud, whatever you guys want to call it. Please get it, because if you don't, while this might look smooth, it might feel smooth, there's little gaps right here, like right down here. There's like little gaps in the wood, which can make it look really funky, and then some parts kind of go up. It's just not completely smooth. Highly recommend using drywall mud. If you can't, the base piece of plywood is still good, but if you can, definitely invest in some of this. So we're gonna get this out. I'm gonna start basically lathering it on, and I'll kind of show you guys my step-by-step process with how I just, spread it out and stuff like that. So we'll move on to the next step. Kind of jumping back in here to kind of explain to you guys what the next 3 parts are going to be about, since I didn't record video intervals between them. So this part currently, as I explained, I'm just going to basically mud the racetrack, and that means I'm just going to put a surface down known as drywall mud, and just it hardens and it creates a really smooth track surface. I learned later that I can get pine wood plywood, which is completely smooth plywood, which is actually what I'm building my Indianapolis track out of right now. But yeah, so you can just do that, but this is a good learning process for banked racetracks as well. So make sure be careful with the tools. They are sharp, and remember, it's not going to be completely smooth. You're gonna have to sand it down. And for a sander, I in the next clip I show you, I did hand sand it, but you guys gotta remember, I actually bought an actual portable sander, like an electric one. That's dangerous as well, but I just would like to clarify that this is really hard to sand. I didn't actually end up sanding, and also it might take more than one coat to get that nice beautiful surface down, and I would recommend using an actual portable electric sander so it'll just smooth it down completely. I recommend the Hyper Tough from Walmart. That is my recommendation. Now the next part, guys, is going to be drawing. Now I would like to make a clarification here. That is not me in the video drawing this out. That is my girlfriend Genesis. She loves to help out with my racetracks. And she has this more steady hand than me, and she's actually an artist, so she helps me out with all of my videos when it comes to track drawing and painting and stuff like that, and line work. Usually I do the painting, but she does the lining and all this stuff that requires steady hand. That's why you see her doing all of the drawing. And I'm gonna look at a short little clip with drawing. I'll mention it coming up in this little video interval, but it's very easy. But yeah, guys, hope that helps. All right, everybody, this is the finished progress of the drawing. Now, I know I only showed you a little bit of the drawing portion of the racetrack, mainly because I feel like with drawing, as you saw with my girlfriend, she does, like I said, she does all my drawing of my racetracks. But like I said, it is very different from everybody else. You're gonna draw completely differently from me, and that you'll draw completely differently from your buddy. It's just how it is. But I think, honestly, once you get like a good rhythm down, you should be able to draw on a racetrack, 10 minutes. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. Now, I did add this portion. I added the Daytona road course, very abbreviated, but I did add it. This, as you guys know by now, is the race 2. So I wanted to add this in. I just made the decision a couple nights ago, so I added that in. So that's going to be a lot of fun to film. I hope you guys like that. But yeah, guys, the track is drawn. Now, I will show you the entire painting portion. I will show you guys that because I know how kind of important that is. So I'll show you guys that. Well, let's get on actually to that next portion of the track building process. As I said, the next portion of the track building process is going to be the painting process. Now, guys, this is the most pretty much crucial part of the video of the whole track building process. You gotta get the track surface looking amazing. Now, I went for a more of a lighter gray as Daytona's beginning to age. It's starting to show that more lighter gray. I use a paint called Crafter's Collection from Hobby Lobby, so it's not that expensive, and it's a good quality paint. So I would highly recommend that. But as you guys see, I'm painting right here. I would like to stress that I do not paint my grass. It is a grass mat. I know I got comments asking about that too. I use a grass mat, and I'll go over how I do. I'll put that on the track later. But I just cut it out into the size of the infield and stuff like that, and put it down. It makes for way more realistic looking grass, and I think it overall just helps with the whole aesthetic of the racetrack. As you guys see, I'm painting pit road, and I'm painting the track. I would recommend, guys, also when you're painting the pit boxes, make them a way lighter gray, as NASCAR tracks mostly all have light gray concrete, way lighter concrete color of for the pit boxes instead of just base asphalt. So I would recommend that, just to add to that level of detail that you really wouldn't get anywhere else. So yeah, I'm just currently painting the track. I'll let you guys watch the rest of this clip, and I'll come back when I'm needed. All right, everybody, as you just saw, we completed the painting portion. Now, I will say, as you guys saw, I only put on one coat, but I put on a lot When I say a lot of paint. So if you don't put on as much paint, you might need, you know, a little bit more to cover the entire track, and, you know, to patch it up and stuff like that. Like I know, like, for example, I know pit road might need maybe a second coat or something, and maybe the road course, some portions, like maybe like right there. I guess I can't really see that, but maybe some of this stuff will need patching up. But otherwise, guys, this is pretty much done. I mean, this is the painting portion of this is pretty much done. I mean, it's looking pretty nice. I cannot lie. Super excited to get on to the next portion of the track building. More than likely that will be lining. I will say walling, like cutting out walls, all of that is pretty much last. So you don't really have to, you know, that's like one of the last portions of this. So yeah, just I think next we're probably going to move on to some lining and kind of getting everything lined out on the racetrack. And after that, I mean, we're onto the walls and then finishing touch with the logos. So yeah, let's move on to the lining part. And one more thing before we move on to the next portion of this. Remember, guys, wash out your paintbrushes. Don't worry, like, there's still a little bit of grit, but you're never gonna get everything out. Wash out your paintbrushes, because if you don't, they're gonna turn into these like I have not washed out paintbrushes before, and they turn into these just really just crusty messes. Just you don't want to deal with that. Just wash out your paintbrushes, save them, make them last as long as you can. And yeah, I did have the road course portion, but that's about it, guys. Let's move on to the next step of the track building process, and that's going to be lining. As I mentioned earlier, my girlfriend will be doing the lining portion. I did forgot to hit record before we did the double yellow line, but it's very easy. You just get a yellow paint pen and a black paint pen from Hobby Lobby. It's where I got all my paint pens along with my white paint pen, and you just do a yellow, black, and then yellow line all the way around the racetrack. I mean, you do have to have a steady hand, so that's why I didn't do it, because I don't have the steady of hands, but she does, and she, like I said, she's an artist and she's a painter, so she does manage to do that. But as you guys see, we're just currently, she's touching up the line, and she's doing all the white lines around the track, so she's just touching up bits and pieces here. Next, we'll be doing pit road. But yeah, guys, that is pretty much it for me on this section. So you guys enjoy watching this, and hope you learned something. Alright, everybody, well, the lining is complete, folks. As you can see, we've already started the walling process. The walling process is super simple. I'll put the camera on for the rest of it, but it's super simple. All you gotta do, get a hot glue gun. I guess you can use Elmer's glue, but it definitely won't work as well. Get a hot glue gun, which, be careful, these guns are very hot and you will burn your skin. If you are under the age, I would say, of 13 or 14, get a parent's permission and a parent's help if you're gonna do this. But if you're good and you know what you're doing, then just, all you gotta do, place the wall down. It is, I use, I think these are like styrofoam walls. So you'll get these at Walmart, like I said. You'll take... Yeah, we have a local Dollar Tree that sells them for super cheap. But they sell them at Walmart, maybe $2 a sheet. A good sheet will last you a while. Theirs is, she cut all of the entire sheet, which I didn't realize she did, but I guess I got extra walls now. But basically, all you're gonna do is set it down. You probably have to hold it down with your hands and just take the glue gun and just put glue on the inside right here, and then it'll just hold it down. It dries after maybe 2 minutes of being there, maybe even less, just depends on your temperature of your glue gun.
10 seconds, it'd be hard enough to let go.
It could be 10 seconds, yeah. Don't let go too early though, because you're able to just like spit out and glue go everywhere.
If it's a low temp, you can guarantee it'll be good.
Yes. So basically, that's about it. There isn't much else to hot gluing a racetrack. See, she just put up a wall. I'm gonna show you guys the grass process tonight. I still gotta touch up some lines and do some more touching up. I gotta touch up all the white marker over there, and I gotta touch this up with gray paint. But yeah, that's about it, guys. Now we're gonna continue the walling process, and we're gonna do the grassing process to kind of finish this track up. So let's go. As now, everybody, we are on to the final steps of the track building process. We are currently walling here. Walling is a lot easier with two people, so we both decided to tackle it. But like I said, you guys, you don't need to have two people building a racetrack. It just makes it more convenient for me. But guys, that was the walling portion. Now we are on to the grassing portion. I use the thing called Mod Podge, and this is, I stick all my logos with it. So basically, I'll take an old paintbrush that I don't use anymore, and I'll take this. It's basically like an Elmer's glue, but better. And I'll put it on the bottom of the grass pieces, and I'll put it on the bottom of my logos, and I'll stick them all on the track. It basically, as long as you get all the air bubbles out, it will make it look invisible, and it's super sticky, and it's really hard to get up. So it's a really tough surface. So I would highly recommend Mod Podge for using grass mats and logos and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, I am doing the grassing here. I do not record doing the rest of the logos, and I do not record the rest of the portion of it. I was going to grass the exterior of the track, but I decided to just paint it green since I didn't want to burn out my entire grass mat because they are cheap. So I decided to just paint the exterior of the track green. And I basically, in the final steps, I basically put up all of my logos, and I put up all of the cool little palm tree add-ons, and like campers, mini people, and put all the cars up, stands, that kind of thing, catch fence. I use a catch fence from AE Collectibles. It's on Amazon. Just look up race car diecast catch fence. You'll be able to find it. It's a gray. It's not the cheapest, but it is a good reusable catch fence, and I just tape that on with a thing of painter's tape. It's very easy. I just want to clarify on that all. I know I'm going to probably cut the video short here in the later half, since I didn't really record the rest of it because I didn't really see a point in showing you guys that, all of the really nitty-gritty details. But I pretty much do that for all my tracks with the catch fence, all of those smaller details. If I can say anything, I would highly recommend putting in those small details, guys. Those small details make everything about a racetrack, make it feel alive and actually like an actual racetrack. That's what I could recommend to y'all. Get those small details in. But also make sure your actual track looks good as well. As you guys see, I'm currently putting in the grass. It's a lengthy process, guys. Building a really nice racetrack takes me a couple days at minimum. Sometimes it takes me a week or two. It's just putting in those details, and you don't want to rush yourself and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it to the track building video. I hope you guys enjoyed this, all of it basically. I really hope you guys learned something from my track building process. I'll probably do another one of these in the future, maybe with Eldora, maybe with something else. I don't know, guys. Well, everybody, that is going to conclude my track building video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I thank you all for watching and made it this far. And remember, guys, remember to keep innovating and keep creating, and I will see you all next time. Have a good one.